Real Betis just invested 70 million euros, not just in a stadium, but in a statement. This is more than an upgrade. It's the beginning of a bold new era in Seville, where tradition meets modern design and fans get the experience they've always deserved. From sleek architecture to expanded capacity and fan-first innovation, this is everything you need to know about the stunning transformation of the Benito Villamarín. Chapter 1. The Bold Vision. The Benito Villamarín has always been special. Since 1929, this ground has witnessed magic, heartbreak, and everything in between. But let's be honest here, while the passion never faded, the infrastructure was starting to show its age. Betis knew they had a choice: stay comfortable with what they had or dare to dream bigger. They chose to dream, and that decision is reshaping the entire landscape of Spanish football. This isn't your typical stadium upgrade where they slap some new paint on the walls and call it a day. This is a complete reimagining of what a modern football cathedral should be. The 70 million euro investment represents the largest infrastructure project in the club's history, and when you break down what they're doing, you start to understand why this matters so much. Betis looked at the elite clubs across Europe, saw what made their stadiums world-class, and said, "We're going to match that. We're going to exceed it." The project kicked off with one clear objective: transform the Benito Villamarín into a venue that could host anything: Champions League finals, international concerts, corporate events, major conferences. The modern football club can't survive on matchday revenue alone, and Betis understood that better than most. They needed a stadium that could generate income 365 days a year, not just on match days. That kind of forward thinking separates the clubs that thrive from the ones that merely survive. Chapter 2. The Architectural Marvel. Let's talk about what's actually changing, because this is where things get really exciting. The entire facade is being revolutionized with a cutting-edge LED system that transforms the stadium into a glowing beacon visible across Seville. Imagine walking through the city at night and seeing the Benito Villamarín lit up in green and white, pulsing with energy, announcing its presence like a lighthouse guiding ships home. That's not just aesthetics, that's identity. That's making sure everyone in the city knows exactly where the heart of Seville beats. The roof structure is getting a complete overhaul too. They're extending coverage to protect more fans from the scorching Andalusian sun and the occasional rain. Anyone who's sat through a match in Seville during August knows how brutal that heat can be. The new roof design isn't just about comfort though. It's engineered to trap noise, to amplify the atmosphere, to make sure that when the fans roar, the players feel it in their bones. Acoustic engineering in stadium design has come so far in recent years, and Betis is taking full advantage of every innovation. But here's where it gets really interesting. The entire hospitality section is being rebuilt from the ground up. We're talking about premium lounges that rival anything you'd find at the Santiago Bernabeu or the Allianz Arena. Floor-to-ceiling windows offering panoramic views of the pitch, gourmet dining options prepared by top chefs, private boxes with their own bars and entertainment systems. This is how modern clubs compete financially. You need those high-spending corporate clients, those sponsors who want to entertain their guests in style. Betis is creating spaces that make people want to pay premium prices. Stick around until the end to see how this renovation connects to one of the most shocking stadium secrets in Spanish football history, and why FIFA might be paying very close attention to what's happening in Seville. Chapter 3. The Fan Experience Revolution. Now, let's get to what really matters: the fans. Because you can have all the LED lights and fancy boxes you want, but if you forget about the people who've been coming here for decades, you've failed. Betis gets this. They really get this. The renovation includes completely upgraded concourse areas with better food options, more bathrooms, wider walkways, and improved accessibility for disabled supporters. The concession stands are being modernized with faster service technology. No more missing the first 10 minutes of the second half because you're stuck in line trying to get a beer. They're implementing a new point-of-sale system that cuts transaction times in half. It sounds like a small thing, but multiply that by thousands of fans every match day, and you're talking about a massive improvement in the overall experience. Accessibility is huge here too. The stadium is adding more spaces for wheelchair users, better positioning so everyone has genuine sightlines to the pitch, and improved facilities throughout. Modern stadium design has to be inclusive, and Betis is making sure that everyone who bleeds green and white has a place at the Benito Villamarín regardless of their physical abilities. The museum and club store are getting expanded as well. They're creating an interactive experience that tells the story of Real Betis through the decades. Touchscreen displays, virtual reality experiences, historic artifacts. This becomes a tourist destination, another revenue stream, another way to spread the Betis brand beyond just the 90 minutes on match days. Chapter 4: Technology and Sustainability. Here's where Betis is really thinking about the future. The entire stadium is being fitted with state-of-the-art technology infrastructure. We're talking 5G connectivity throughout the venue, so fans can share their experiences instantly on social media. High-definition screens that are 3 times larger than before, giving everyone perfect views of replays and match information. A completely redesigned sound system that ensures crystal-clear announcements and music throughout the stadium. But technology isn't just about entertainment. It's about efficiency, too. The stadium is implementing smart systems that monitor everything from crowd flow to energy consumption in real time. Security is being upgraded with advanced camera systems and facial recognition technology at entry points, making the venue safer while speeding up entry times. This is the kind of invisible infrastructure that fans don't always notice but makes every single visit better. Sustainability is at the core of this renovation. And that's not just marketing speak. Real Betis is installing massive solar panel arrays that'll generate a significant portion of the stadium's energy needs. They're implementing rainwater collection systems for pitch irrigation. LED lighting throughout the venue cuts energy consumption dramatically. Water-efficient fixtures in all the bathrooms, recycling stations at every concourse level. This matters for 2 reasons. First, it's the right thing to do. Climate change is real, and football clubs have a responsibility to minimize their environmental impact. Second, it saves money long-term. Those solar panels will pay for themselves within a decade, and then it's essentially free energy for years to come. That's smart business combined with environmental responsibility. Chapter 5: The Economic and Competitive Impact. Let's talk about what this means for Real Betis as a competitive force in Spanish and European football. This €70 million investment isn't charity. It's a calculated move to increase revenue streams and compete with the financial heavyweights. When you can offer world-class hospitality, when you can host major events beyond football, when you can sell naming rights to various sections of a modern stadium, you're adding millions to your annual budget. That money goes directly into the squad. Better players, higher wages to keep your stars, improved training facilities, a more robust youth academy. The renovation of the Benito Villamarín is ultimately about what happens on the pitch, because modern football is ruthlessly expensive. If you want to compete for Champions League spots, if you want to challenge for trophies, you need the infrastructure to generate the revenue that funds those ambitions. The project is also creating hundreds of jobs in Seville: construction workers, architects, engineers, electricians, security personnel. When the stadium reopens fully, it'll need more staff to manage all the new facilities. This is economic development that extends beyond the club itself into the broader community. That's the kind of project that gets local government support, that builds goodwill, that strengthens the connection between club and city. Real Betis is making a statement to La Liga and to Europe. They're saying we belong at the top table. We're not content being a mid-table team with passionate fans and a charming old stadium. We want to be a destination. We want players to choose us because of what we offer both on and off the pitch. We want sponsors to see us as valuable partners. We want UEFA to look at the Benito Villamarín and say, yes, this venue is ready to host major finals. If you made it to the end of the video, share your thoughts on this incredible stadium in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, click here to explore all Champions League stadiums 2025/2026. See you there in a second.